Right, everyone. Big day today. Whether you're a fundamental trader or a technical analysis trader, there is some big moves happening today. CPI data will be in for my time. That will be at 1:30 or 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. So it's going to be an interesting day. Let's dive into it. So month on month, year on year, core CPI, a lot of big updates. Let's see what the calendar says. So here's what I always like to do. Actual greater than the forecast is good for currency, and we know if we're short on Bitcoin that if it's good for currency, it's usually bad for Bitcoin. So actual is greater than the forecast, it's good for currency. Honestly, I think it's going to come in less. I think it's going to come in sub 8. Apologies. So we're going to see some fireworks one way or the other. What does that mean for me in terms of the trading plan? Well, let's dive into it. Look, we know we've got our current bid around the short, where the short entry is at 19,100. We're still in profit here. We're still looking sharp. Where's my target? Around this area here. I think we're going to break through. We're going to break through this area. I'm just targeting slightly above here. I'm going to target 18,300, and that would be a lovely move for us. Sorry, 18,300. My apologies. Just having me coffee. So we're in shape. Not much has changed. Big day, and we should see some fireworks. Now, if you're looking at what the retracement might look like, well, there's two ways to do it, and we'll see how this plays out. So if we take the local high and we go to where we think we're going to hit, which is the 18.3, let's just say it's about there, just for argument's sake. We can retrace back up to somewhere around the 19,600, this kind of golden area here. So I'm predicting what's probably going to happen is we'll come down, CPI will be in our favour, we'll tag our take profit zone around the 18,300, and then we'll retrace back up to the up to here around the 19,600. If it's not that point, and we go to the local, the more local retracement, then it would be maybe here. Go down to the 19.3, somewhere around there. Could come up as high as maybe the 19,300 as a retracement. And then that worse, again, if it only looks at the local, which would be here, we'll go down to, or retrace back to maybe, that might be a little bit off, but roughly around where our original short entry is, around the 19,100. So I'm not even looking to the upside, if I'm honest. I just think it's going to be negative. If you've followed me from the get-go, then you'll know I've pretty much been in a bearish stance. I very rarely take on longs in a bear market. We've just got to see how it plays out. I'm opening up a educational series, which is really going to deep dive into indicators I use, strategies I use, some interesting things I've been looking at lately, and stuff like that. So I want it to be more educational, not so much linked to the $500 to $5,000 challenge, but more, you know, if you're a new trader just getting started and you're trying to figure out why I use certain indicators, what I'm looking at, retracements, things like that. I'm going to deep dive into all of that, and hopefully, if it's something you're interested in, you guys will learn a little bit about what I'm doing and how I appreciate things. I am a technical analysis trader, but I'm also fundamentals as well. So that means I like to use the news in ways that could give an indication of which way the market's going to go. Fundamentals is always just about news. Some traders just trade fundamentals alone. They're not interested in technical analysis. They're waiting for the big news updates that shake the market and try to get in a scalp, a bit of a profit in and out. And then you have your technical traders who will just use things like indicators and key levels of support and resistance in order to figure out where they want or where the next move could be. That's not. I like to use both. So we'll be covering all of that kind of stuff. Let me know if there's specifically anything you guys want to start with in the comment section. That would always be nice, because I want to make sure I'm at least angling it to what people want to see. So, you know, if people don't comment, I'll just assume that it'll just be based around what I'm doing in terms of my strategy and stuff like that. So, yeah, just quick one today, 5-minute update. Let's see how it goes. So I'm setting me take profit at 18,300. Would be one hell of a move for us. Would get us massively on our way on our journey on the $500 to 5K. Ultimately, longer term, whether it hits it today, tomorrow, you know, next week, whatever, I still think it's easily going to get down to these levels anyway. It's just whether it hits it today or not. I could be a little bit less greedy, let's just say, and maybe target the lows here, so these previous lows, but I think we're going to go as low as here. I mean, already we're on the downward spin now. With it, you know, if you look at the squeeze momentum, we're coming back into the light red area, which potentially means another bearish momentum building up again. If you look at the MFI, right now we've kind of approached the heart line, and now we're looking like we're going to go back down again. So I think, things are in our favour. If the CPI results come out in our favour, then it's Bear City, I'm afraid. But you look, here's the key thing, right? When sentiment generally, when we're in a bearish market, people's sentiment just drops because they think everything's depressing. But here's the reality: you need to look at a bear market with a bullish sentiment, because the beautiful thing about trading is, you know, we can trade both to the downside, which is shorting, and we can trade to the upside, which is longing. So it doesn't really matter for me as a trader when I'm looking at perpetuals on futures. I really don't care whether it's in a bull market or a bear market, because I'm going to trade both, and it'll be equally as lucrative. You've just got to look at where the general trend is, and right now we are in a bearish trend. So, you know, think of a bear market as a bull market in reverse. Simple as that. And I guess that will be it. So hope you liked my new intro. Trying to step up my game a little bit. I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Mast, who's helping me out with some of my graphics. You'll have noticed some of the kind of changes on the in the playlist and stuff like that. So, Mast, if you're hearing this, matey, I really want to say thanks for helping me out with this. It's clearly my skills as a YouTuber are well below par, and these kind of things that help out just add a little bit of gloss. As you know, we'll be getting a MacBook Pro imminently, and I think when I'm running things like Bookmap and TradingView in the same window, it becomes a lot easier and faster, and processor speed's a lot better. So right now it's just pitiful, but if you've stuck with me, I massively appreciate it, because if you're sticking with me at this stage, hopefully it can only get better. Okay, right, speak to you soon, guys. Appreciate it.